Thank you for watching. If this message brought you peace, please consider supporting the channel via the QR code or the link in the description. May God bless you.
Pack your bags immediately, because there will be sudden destruction nearby your home tonight. My child, you might have heard about this day, and especially after the blood moon and solar eclipse, and now they are talking about a possible rapture tonight or tomorrow. But I, the Lord your God, say to you, are you feeling fear with these talks? Or are you feeling prepared? My child, do not let your heart race so fast that you forget to breathe. I speak to you now not to scare you more, but to steady you like a hand on your shoulder. I know the images you have seen, the words you have heard, the restless waiting that turns your thoughts into a storm. I know the moon that bled, the sun that hid, and the voices that say the end is near. I know how small you feel when the sky seems loud. Come close and hear me plainly. First, listen. Fear is an echo. It grows when you feed it with your own thoughts and with the loud noises of men who argue and speculate. Fear wants you to run without thinking, to make choices from panic, to close your eyes to the needs of those around you. But I tell you now, breathe and think. A clear heart sees better than a frantic mind. Do not let rumor be the lamp by which you live. Test the quiet, measure your steps, and hold your hand steady. Prepare, yes, but prepare with wisdom. Pack your bags if your heart tells you to, but do not do so in haste that you leave behind your bearings. Take what matters, the small book of prayers you keep folded, a list of names you love, medicines that steady the bodies of those you care for, water and light, and a covering for cold. Take a loaf or two, not to hoard but to share. Bring shoes that fit, a flashlight that finds its own path, and a little money for things that must be bought. Fold a blanket. Keep a list of phone numbers written on paper for when the lines shake. Place copies of important papers together, nothing heavy, nothing that will make your hands bleed when you must move quickly. But hear me more deeply. The most precious things do not fit into a bag. Do not forget the faces of those you love. Do not forget the touch of forgiveness. Do not forget the names of the lonely and the frightened. Do not forget the small acts of mercy you can offer while your feet still stand on the earth. A heart that loves is a lamp no darkness can swallow. If you are tempted to run away like a wind that cannot find rest, find one neighbor first. Ask if they have what they need. Share what you have in these hours. A single warm bowl passed from one hand to another is a sign of heaven. Do not let isolation be your choice. There is strength in human arms that the proud do not know. Gather a small group. Share plans. Make sure someone knows where you're going. Carry the names of those who cannot move easily, elderly, sick, children, and bring them with you or make a plan to help them. Wisdom moves in company. Do not be led by voices that promise secret knowledge. There are many who love to speak of signs and secrets, and their words bring trembling. Weigh what is said against love. If a message brings only panic, it is not from me. If it lifts you to help your brother, if it teaches you to be gentle, if it calls you to courage without cruelty, then listen. Let love be the test. I tell you this because panic makes you sharp and cold. It makes you forget the laws of kindness. In an hour that may be hard, share what you can. Do not steal peace for yourself by stealing bread from another. Hold fast to honesty in your speech. If you are frightened and have need, ask plainly. People will hear and some will answer. There is a deep good in the earth still. Neighbors who will open doors, hands that will hold, and voices that will pray with you. Sit still for a moment and breathe in the remembrance of mercy. Remember that you were made for more than survival. You were made to love and to be loved. You were made to turn in your need and find me there. When the ground seems to tremble beneath your feet, set your feet upon service. Do not let fear turn you inward into selfishness. Let it move you outward into mercy. I am with those who weep tonight. I am with those who watch the phone for news, with those who stand in the quiet and think about the faces of their children. I am with those who find their faith tested like iron in the fire. I do not tell you to be brave for my sake. You are brave because you have been loved. Let that love be the source of your courage. Let your small acts of kindness be an answer to every voice that would say that all is lost. My child, listen to me now. When you walk with my word, your feet are steady even when the road is rough. I speak plainly. Those who carry my words in their hearts do not walk alone. My word is a lamp for your feet and a light for your path. It does not make the journey shorter by magic, but it makes every step sure. I do not promise that the road will be without sorrow or trouble. Storms will come, and winds will press against you, but my word will be the rope you hold when the current pushes. It will be the hand that reaches for yours when you cannot climb. Keep it close, and your steps will find the way. To walk with my word is to let love be more real than fear. It is to let mercy and kindness shape your days. Those who live by these small decisions, speaking truth with gentleness, sharing bread without counting cost, lifting up the weak, these are the ones I call my precious ones. They are not perfect. They stumble. They forget. But they return. They keep getting up. I see their hearts. I know the effort in each choice to be loving. That effort matters to me more than grand words. Little acts done with care are counted high in my sight. Do not measure faith by loud signs or dramatic gifts. Many who are humble and quiet carry a deep faith that looks small to the eye. A mother who rises in the night to soothe a feverish child, a worker who keeps honest hands even when tempted, a neighbor who sits with someone who mourns. These lives are golden in my sight. They may not be famous on the earth, but they are close to me. Their names are written where I keep precious things. They will find the gate open in the end because they chose love. Again and again. I am not blind to questions. Sometimes you ask if walking with my word is enough, if it is simple to speak and then be welcomed. Yes, walking with my word is the road that leads home. It is not a passport bought by deeds alone, but a living relationship with me. When you let my word shape you, you learn to love the lost, to forgive the one who hurt you, to serve without keeping score. These are marks of a heart that has met me. I welcome such hearts. I do not count the times you failed in a ledger and closed the door. I look at the shape of your life and the bending of your will toward mercy. Do not think that my love is small or stingy. It is wide and deep. My mercy reaches farther than fear says it can. Those who walk with my word know this, not because they never feel doubt, but because they have learned to put that doubt beside a promise. They speak slowly and listen more often. They do not boast. They are humble. Humility is not weakness. It is the plain strength of a spirit that trusts me more than the loud claims of pride. Humility opens the way into my presence. I will tell you plainly about trials. Some who walk with my word will face rejection. Friends will turn away. Work will be lost. Parts of life will break. Do not be shocked when hardship comes. It comes even to those who are close to me. Yet hardships taken in faith are not wasted. They teach patience and shape compassion. They widen your heart to hold others who hurt. The scars you carry can become the map that guides someone else through darkness. Do not be afraid to confess your failures. When you tell the truth about what you did wrong and seek to make it right, you are practicing what my word teaches. Repentance is not only sorrow, it is the making of a new path. It is the brave step to say, I will try again, and when you try again, I meet you there. I hold your hand in the attempt. This is how the humble are welcomed. They admit their need and reach out. There is a fierce love in me for the weak, the broken, those who have been cast aside. When you walk with my word, your heart will beat for them too. You will find your own comforts less important than bringing help to another. This does not mean you neglect yourself, but that your care widens to include others. To stand by the oppressed is to stand with me. I take no pleasure in the suffering of any. When you help the hurting, you are doing work that echoes in heaven. If you find that your faith has become thin, do not hide the thinness. Bring it to me like a lamp with a crack. Even a cracked lamp gives light when you put oil in it. Bring your confusion. Bring your anger. Bring your doubt. Speak honestly, for my ear is wide and patient. I do not demand that you never fear. I demand only that you bring your fear here and let it be reshaped. Faith grows not by pretending to be without worry, but by walking with me through the worry. Do not be foolish about the body either. If you have medicine, take it exactly as it is needed. If someone tells you to do something that could harm the body, refuse gently. Check with those who know the facts, not the loudest whisper. Keep water fresh and covered. Store food where it will not spoil. Secure candles in a safe place. Keep small children away from busy doors. These are not superstitions. These are gentle acts of care that keep hands from being burned or feet from being cut. Love your body and the bodies of others with the same fervor with which you love your spirit. Find a place of prayer where the air is not so full of panic that you cannot breathe. Go there with others when you can. Let your prayers be simple. Help for the sick, comfort for those who mourn, wisdom for those who must lead. If you cannot speak, sit quietly and listen. Prayer is not always a speech. Sometimes it is a listening that waits and hears a deeper voice. If you are asked difficult questions about what will happen, answer with honesty and mercy. Do not feed fear with stories you do not know. Say instead that you do not have all the answers, but you stand ready to help. Teach those around you to put out the small fires of rumor. Remind them to check on each other. Remind them to lock hands with those who cannot move quickly. Teach the children songs of comfort. Let the old tell stories that plant courage in young hearts. Pass along recipes for porridge and kindness. In these small, ordinary things, heaven rests. Remember the strength of forgiveness tonight. If there has been bitterness in your house, let it go like a weight from your shoulders. Seek forgiveness where it is due. Offer forgiveness when you can. It is easier to carry a bag than a grudge. When you let go of hatred, you free your hands to help. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is choosing to live with less burden so that you may run with a light step if you must. Such reaching brings you near. Some will say that those who walk well are set apart by signs, by wealth, by ease. Do not believe that. I judge the heart, not the outward show. I see the private hours of prayer, the giving that no one notices, the kindness done under a veil. These unseen acts build a life that is ready for my home. Do not be discouraged if your life seems plain. The seed buried in soil looks dead, but it is alive, and in due time it will sprout. Patience and quiet faith are more powerful than a boastful show. Remember that justice matters. My word calls you to stand for the poor, to speak for those who cannot speak, to feed the hungry. Walking with my word includes seeking justice with mercy. If you use my name to oppress another, you have missed the way. The door into my house swings wide for those who stand with the lowly and carry their needs like a lamp. Your faith must reach out as well as reach up. Be gentle with yourself and with others. Pride makes the heart brittle. When you judge others harshly, you cut your own hands. Kindness heals. If someone fails, show them the same grace you have begged from me. Do not pretend to be more righteous than you are. Do not build your religion on the brokenness of another. Instead, lift the fallen, feed their hope, and walk with them home. I do not demand a show of knowledge. I ask for a humble heart that seeks the truth. Read my words, yes, but also live them. Learning without doing is like a lamp without oil. Let learning lead to feeding, to visiting the sick, to sheltering the homeless. Knowledge that does not lead to love is empty. Put your hand to service, and your feet will find the path. There is a community among those who walk with my word. You do not journey alone. Find brothers and sisters who will hold you when you falter, and whom you can encourage when they are weak. Be slow to anger. Be quick to forgive. Do not let petty differences pull you apart. The witness of a loving community is one of the clearest signs of walking in my way. When you gather, pray for each other, share burdens, and rejoice together. Joy shared multiplies. Sorrow shared lightens. I will speak also of endurance. Many begin the journey with zeal but grow weary. Endurance is not the same as stubbornness. It is the quiet decision to continue in love, even when the thrill has faded. It is tending the flame day by day. To endure is to trust me through the small chores, to rise again, to speak kindly, to choose mercy even when you are tired. The small choices build a life that can enter into my rest. Do not be anxious about who will or will not be with you at the end. My ways are not always the ways of men. I work in secret, and I call whom I will. Your concern is to be faithful, to be loving, to keep my word alive in your actions. The rest is mine. Trust me with the counting. You are not required to judge another's soul. Your job is to be a light. If you fear loss of home, remember that a house is not the measure of your worth. Your value is not in brick and beam, but in the breath that gives voice to love. If you must leave a house, leave it with a blessing. Say aloud that it was a place of learning, that it held laughter, that it sheltered the young. Do not let regret freeze you. Look instead to the small things you can carry. The small silver spoon from an old grandmother, the ribbon from a wedding, the book marked by a child's finger. These things hold your heart in ways that cash cannot. Do not neglect the small ones. Children will ask questions that seem too big for their ears. Answer them with truth shaped into small pieces. Tell them you are with them. Tell them stories of old kindness. Hold their hands and let them feel the rhythm of your breath. They do not need full explanations. They need a steady presence. Your calm becomes their calm, and together you will know that love is larger than fear. Look after the animals too. They are gifts placed in your care. Secure them gently. Do not abandon them because you are afraid of what others will say. Those who have faith are known by the tenderness they show to the smallest of life. If you must leave with only a few things, take water for the animals, cover them, and let them feel the sound of your voice. It comforts them as well. If someone tells you that punishment has come, do not listen to voices that name names and call for rage. Punishment spoken by men is a shield for cruelty. Justice must be weighed with patience, mercy with careful hands. If there is harm, do not repay it with harm. Tend wounds, bathe burned skin, give water to parched lips, and call for help. Let the law do what law is meant to do. Let your hand do what mercy is meant to do. Do not despair over what you cannot fix. There will be things beyond your power. There will be nights that feel long and mornings that feel empty. In those hours, keep a small light in your heart. Recall a song you learned as a child, the way rain smells on dry soil, the face of someone who loved you well. These things are anchors. They bring you home to yourself and to me. If you are a leader, be wise and speak plainly. Give clear instructions that will keep people safe. Avoid grand speeches that stir panic. Remember that to lead is to carry the needs of others before your own. Appoint helpers. Make sure those helpers are chosen for calm hands and clear minds, not only for loud voices. A leader who listens is stronger than one who shouts. If you are alone, do not assume that you are forgotten. There are hands reaching across the distance. Find ways to connect. A neighbor, a phone, a safe meeting place. Ask for help and offer the help you can. Loneliness makes fear into a cold shadow, but even a single conversation can bring sunlight through a crack. Be brave enough to ask for company. I do not ask you to be free of sorrow. Sorrow is a testament to love. It means you cared. Mourn honestly and tenderly. Let others mourn with you. Weep without shame. Tears wash the heart and make room for new things to grow. When you have wept, stand up again and go about the small tasks. Grief and duty can live together if you let them. When the hour of leaving comes, do so with gratitude for what was good. Say aloud the names of those who showed you mercy. Bless the hands that fed you. Bless the rooms that warmed you. Leave a mark of love wherever you go. Blessings travel with people like seeds. They will sprout where you plant them. I am with you in the dark and in the light. I am nearer than your next breath. I hold you when you do not know how to stand. When you pack your bag, put a memory of kindness inside. When you step out the door, Put a promise of mercy in your pocket. Carry the small songs that steady you. Speak well of others. Help quietly. Love loudly. Go now with these words in your heart. Be careful, be wise, be kind. Sleep when you can. Rest when you must. Keep watch when others cannot. And remember, no night is endless, and no pain is final. The morning will come in its own time, and when it does, you will find new work to do, hands to join, and much to rebuild. Until then, hold fast to love. It is your true shelter. Amen.